And that brings us right into Dynasty etiquette.
So you're adding a sound effect.
No, you don't. You'll add it.
We'll see how I manage it. Yeah. Future Matt, you got
fix
this.
it in post.
I trust you, Future Matt.
Now imagine this. You're sitting with your buddies.
Yeah.
One buddy in particular.
Been there.
And you're trying to dial up a juicy trade. And this is in a Dynasty format.
Okay. Okay, I'm there.
And you're excited.
Okay.
You're excited because you want to submit this trade
Describe it.
to someone in your league. Someone in a mutual league as you. Someone that you consider one of your best friends. You confide in this person.
Considered past tense.
You confide in this person and say, what do you guys think about this trade? Do you think this is good value?
This is not in real life. This is in a group chat.
This is hypothetical, Matthew. I'm just setting the tone here.
This is hypothetical.
I'm just setting the tone here.
Hypothetical.
And then you're at work, and one of your best friends sends the person that you are trying to formulate this trade with that you're super excited about a counter trade offer that undermines the one that you send.
To your friends in confidence.
To your friends in confidence. What do we think?
Miles, I think it's your time to set the stage. I think we need to dive into the nitty-gritty, not vague overall.
Yeah,
we need to get some hard, fast evidence.
I'll just get right into it. So, I'm looking at the 2026 draft class. I'm sitting here at 103, and I'm thinking, is Mekhi Lemon worth the pick? Is Jordan Tyson worth the pick? Is Colonel Tate worth the pick? And my team is not in the direct win-now window. I'm more in the middle. I've got a decent roster. And I'm thinking about trying to move assets to the 2027 season. So I'm looking at draft stuff. I'm looking at trades. I text one of the guys in the league. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this trade? It's James Cook, my stud running back right now, for his 2027 first. For people who don't know, the 2027 draft class is considered to be elite. We never know really, but there are a variety of quarterback studs: Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Brendan Sorsby. The guy's going to Texas Tech this year.
Lamar Sellers is up there.
C.J. Carr from Notre Dame.
Yep.
And the guy from Miami who I'm blanking on right now. As well as the gem of the draft, who will almost definitely be the first overall pick, Jeremiah Smith, the best receiving prospect since Julio Jones, who is like the A+. Like, if you get this guy, he'll automatically be a top 15 asset in Dynasty. He's going to be a stud. Complete freak. You've also got Mark Fletcher from Miami, a great running back. You've got Ahmad Hardy from Missouri, considered to be a consensus first-round running back. You've got the guy from Ole Miss. Anyways.
Ken Coleman,
the Texas wide receiver.
Yep.
A loaded draft class. So this asset is considered highly. So I'm trading with an individual. I say James Cook for 2027 first. He has a, per Fantasy Pros, about the bottom level team. His team kind of blows at this point. He has considered the second worst team, right around worst team. So I'm thinking I can get a 2027 first in exchange for James Cook. James Cook's 26. The Bills' offensive line got significantly worse. I'm thinking I can capitalize on James Cook value, just finish top 5. I'll trade away for 2027 first. So I text the group chat, me and Matt, my two best friends in the world. I have a podcast with them, if you didn't know that. I'm like, hey, what do you guys think about this trade? Matt's like, it's in the eye of the beholder. I think it's a pretty good trade. Connor doesn't respond. He's busy with work shit. He responds a few days later saying like, oh yeah, I think that's actually, pretty good value.
Do you want to know what I really thought?
Yeah, what'd you really think?
I thought it was a great trade for you.
I thought you had a problem with lying.
Not when it comes to complete competition based on concealing information. Like a GM would lie to another GM at any point.
Yeah, I also thought it was a great trade, but I was looking for the opinion of my friends. Just think, like, am I crazy here? Does this seem like decent value at least? And so I had another trade in the works where I was trying to trade away my 2026 first for another 2027 first, and the idea was I would tank a trade that said was going to be accepted. So I would tank this year. I would maybe try and trade away some of my other assets, and I would have 3 firsts in 2027, mine with a bad team, another with a bad team, another with a mid team. So on average, I probably had the 3rd, 4th, and 6th pick.
Sure.
So I'm feeling really good about that dynasty-wise. So I found out after that Matt, just tell me what you did.
Okay, so I get this group in the group chat with Miles and Connor. I see a trade, James Cook for this guy's 2027 first. Tell Miles, I think it's in the eye of the beholder. I give some reasons why it couldn't work out. I think I used the word maybe in one text and could in another. So I kind of left plausibility of like deniability, whatever I was doing. Ultimately, I'm like, wow, this is a good trade for Miles. And I also did say, I hope that this guy doesn't accept this trade because I think it may be in your favor.
It didn't fit his timeline. It didn't make sense for him.
I thought I had, I have an asset, Travion Henderson, that I've been really trying to sell. If anyone in our league can know, I've been adding him to a bunch of different trades because I just don't think he's a player that fits my timeline. Even if I view him individually as an adequate asset, I think he has upside. I think he has downside. I think he's probably properly valued where you see him in a lot of lists right now. So I used the information that Miles sent us in a potentially a private text. I viewed it as just kind of like he's looking for advice, and that's where we'll have to get to. And I sent a trade to the same exact guy for Travion Henderson, a running back, not James Cook, Travion Henderson, and the 202 and the 211. Thinking, you know what? I think this is a better trade for this guy than James Cook. If he was getting close on the James Cook trade, maybe he'll take this trade and it will help my team out. And surprisingly, I thought he was going to use this as leverage. I thought he was going to go back and forth. Hey, I got a lot of action here. Can you add? Like something would happen. The trade just got accepted. Wow, Miles is at work.
Yeah. So it's 3 o'clock. I'm about to get off work. I'm having a good day. I'm thinking all day about how I'm going to trade James Cook. I'm going to trade my current 103, and I've got this timeline lined up. Little did I know that Matt did not have the same philosophy over a private text chain. He looked at it differently. He looked at it as, if he's sending this trade to me, that means that he accepts that the information is public and that I can use it against him to undermine him. So Matt sent out this...
It sounds bad when you say it that way, I'll be honest.
So, I mean, that's exactly what happened. Matt did it. Someone texted me and said, hey, did you see the trade that went through? I saw it. I was 12 out of 10 furious. The maddest I've been in a long time. This was like 28 hours ago. I've been this mad for a long time. I was really mad at Matt. I tried to sit with it. I called Connor 10 minutes after I found out. I said, what the fuck did Matt just do? Are you fucking kidding me? You're in this text chain. Am I crazy, or is Matt the biggest asshole in the world? Connor didn't really take it. He was like, yeah, dude, I get it. I get where you're coming from. Connor, tell us what you were thinking in this moment.
So Matt texted me and said, how mad do you think Miles is going to be?
Oh, come on.
And I said, I don't know. I mean,
I thought you were going to be mad in terms of like you got stuck. You got like
yeah.
You didn't complete your trade. I did not think you would think there was a break in the bro code mad. I thought it was like,
yeah.
Like if I was getting close to the trade and someone beat me to a trade, I'd be like, I wanted that trade. Not like a bro code, some hierarchy of truth thing.
So that's pretty much, it was just that one text. I said, I think probably more mad than someone probably should be about Dynasty Fantasy Football, but probably not that bad at all. Fast forward like 3 hours, Miles calls me and he's like, did you fucking see what the fuck just happened?
This fucking asshole.
I'm not kidding. I haven't been this mad in many months, maybe years.
I mean, you had all day to think about, especially having two trades lined up where like one kind of relied on the other.
Yeah. And so the question here is that we're circling around is when you send your buddy a trade in Dynasty and you're in the same league, is that information private when you send it? And is it actually ethical, or does it contain integrity if you are to use that information against them? Is it assumed that you should have that information, that information is public? I guess is what it comes to. That's the disagreement there, is that when it's in this information, it is now public. It is available for public consumption. It can be used against me. Or in my mind, there is a specific level of integrity that is given. When I share a trade with you, I'm expecting that it is private between best friends, someone I've known my entire life, who I hang out with every weekend, that you would have the respect for me to not try and undermine me in this trade. I thought that was assumed. It was not. Before Matt gave me his case, I was 12 out of 10 furious. Matt gave it to me from his point of view. It actually made a lot of sense logic-wise in the way he went about it. I don't support undermining me and using that against me, but I also think that this trade, you wouldn't have thought this trade would have been accepted outright. So, Connor, what do you think about going behind someone's back and using that trade they share with you privately to undermine another person and offer something different?
I think I can add some clarity to this situation here.
Clarity.
Yeah. If our love is tragedy,
Amen.
something, something, why are you my clarity?
Yeah.
Heater.
We all know the lyrics.
Heater.
Sing it with us. No.
I think at the end of the day, if you confide in anyone that is in your Dynasty League, you have to resolve the precedents that that information is sacred and cannot be used against you. I think that if you operated differently, I too would be pissed if you thought that that was the mutual understanding. But I guess me personally, I share what I feel. You're going to know exactly what I think. And when I tell Matt that I love Jordan Tyson,
Yeah.
and I think Jordan Tyson is going to be the best wide receiver in this class.
And you said it numerous times.
I said it numerous times, and I know that Matt could take that information and try to screw me over with it. I don't know if he could use it as leverage, but he could do it.
Yeah.
I'll try.
And and you know what? If Matt did it, I'd be like, you little son of a... my God.
Stay tuned for the episode because I'm about to try.
God damn. But yes, in terms of an etiquette standpoint, though, what do you guys think is the standard? What is the unspoken code of Dynasty etiquette?
Yeah.
If you tell someone without prefacing that it is in confidence and that, hey, you can't use this against me, without saying that, does that
Can I
sit there?
can I say my piece first?
Yeah.
It depends on the level of friendship you have with someone in that league. If I had asked someone in that league who I'm not as close of friends with, there's many people in this league who I don't really know at all, I would never expect them to keep that confidential because we're not close friends. Given that me and Matt are best friends.
This is a group chat we talk in every day.
Yes, we share information every day. I thought that it was implied that this is private information and it can't be used against me. It reminds me a lot of Michael Scott when he's talking to Jan, and he's like, you cheated on me when I specifically asked you not to. It just, I felt like it was like, so I'm supposed to specifically ask you not to cheat on me? I didn't think it needed a preface. Apparently it did.
Yeah. I think, if we'd recorded this pod yesterday, you'd be getting a lot more flamed, Matt.
Yeah.
Because I felt pretty passionate about the way, in essence, there's like a question at my character when there's, accusations of...
That's not new, Matthew.
No, that is new.
There have been questions about your character.
Matt is a 10 out of 10 guy. I love him to death.
No, yeah, I could be a little snaky at times.
No, bullshit.
9.5 out of 10 guy.
This brought up all the fucking snaky shit, and I was not
So
happy.
I was pretty heated yesterday, feeling like my character had been attacked. Now I'm going to be a little more lighthearted about it. I think ultimately I'll say the way I approach information in Dynasty is I don't share shit that I don't want someone to know.
Yeah.
Because I think my expectation is that they will use that information however it best benefits their team.
And that's what I'm saying. I operate. I'll tell you exactly how I feel. And you know what? You're probably going to use it to bite me, but at least I got it off my chest.
And that's another difference for me is that I have a job where I can take 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there to think about fantasy football at times. So that just gives me probably an advantage of like the amount of time that I'm just thinking about the dumb shit. Like, so I can form strategies when people have to do other shit, like live their life.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I'm like, I have been sending so many trades out. Like in the past week for this, our draft is in 48 hours. I'm like, I'm trying to make moves. I don't like my team where it's at right now. I think there's a better way to manage it. And I see a trade concept. Okay, this guy for a running back, his 27 first. I had not sent that trade. And the way I thought about it, I'm like, I'm getting my hat in the ring. I think Miles has a good trade offer here. I don't want someone in the league to like get some crazy good trade. I'm going to see if I can get action, if we can get this thing closer. Maybe it even works for me. Because at this point, I've been sending 3 or 4 trades a day and sending texts. I expect him to like counter back. I had another second rounder that maybe he could ask for more assets that, add this guy, add that guy. And he just accepted it. And then it was over.
Yeah. I still think it's not okay to do that at the same time. And I was so mad at Matt. I was questioning his character. I questioned my trust in him as a person, to be honest. I questioned my respect for him, to be totally fucking honest. All that was going through my head.
It's real ass valid.
And then I saw Matt today. I hung out with him for 45 minutes, and I realized that I fucking love this guy. There's nothing he could do that would actually fuck with me that hard. By the way, both our girlfriends, I was bitching to Morgan's brother for like an hour. She was trying to talk to me. I was like, well, fucking Matt said this in the text message, and you was saying this bullshit. Morgan was like, so are you guys going to keep being friends? And I was like,
What?
Yes.
What the fuck are you saying? Yeah, of course.
We're gonna hang out every weekend, continuing on.
Giovanna said the exact same
I
shit.
just think it's funny that girls are like, "Is that gonna end the friendship?" I'm like, "What? No."
From a third-party bystander, I thought it was fucking hilarious the whole time.
I was
like, what the fuck is even
And
happening?
to be fair to Matt, I was being very aggressive. Matt was not being a dick. You said you were being a dick. You were not being a dick. I was being a dick. I was going at his character because I thought it was about that. I thought that this was a character, truthfulness, and like Connor, I want to be open and share everything I have about Dynasty and just be like totally open about what's going on in my life. I just thought it was implied that there was that respect.
I think I've been more open with the guys that are currently in win now windows because I don't think the types of moves they're going to make are going to be something that, but like with you guys, I view us in somewhat similar positions. I'm scared of the not like things that I'm thinking of. I'd be like, I don't want you to know.
Yeah.
Because I think that could potentially be trade leverage or like how it could help my team. So I'm just fearful of information at times.
I felt like I was being betrayed. I felt like someone was stabbing me in the heart. I felt like me and Matt came in for a hug and then he stabbed me in the heart.
I
ripped
did
it
feel
out and
conniving.
slashed me in the throat.
I think it's valid. Like I knew, I'm like, Maz isn't gonna like this if this happens, and I did. Like I told the guy to his face, he's adding in fourth round picks to this trade. I do not think 4th round picks are very valuable.
And he goes, "Yep, I'm gonna take your trade."
Literally, it just got accepted. I was gonna add in my 212 if he asked for it.
So in my mind, okay. So here's what I think the ruling should be from Connor as judge. This is what I would like to perform. This is what I'd like to convey to Connor.
As the plaintiff, here's what I want the judge to do.
And I'll think you find it to be pretty reasonable. I think that given that I'd given Matt this information, I think the proper route would have been he shouldn't have had to ask me if he could send the trade. I don't even like if he could send the trade, that's fine. I think the proper way of doing this would have been to send me a text and say, "Hey, I'm sending this guy this trade. Just so you know, you should send it right now or raise the offer, and do this right now." Doing it behind my back and then not telling me and know it was kind of fucked up. That is what pissed me off, and that is what it felt like it was a challenge to your truthfulness as a person.
Okay, well that's the assumption of knowing, like Matt knowing that this is fucked up. Miles is going to actually be really pissed about this. That's under that assumption.
Yes.
I don't think Matt had that assumption in his head.
I would agree that he did not have that assumption. At the same time, him not having that assumption isn't an excuse.
Ooh. Maybe that's the true thing about my character. I'm ready to cross it at a split second.
No, I love you so fucking much, Matt. It really doesn't matter in the big picture of things.
Yeah.
At the same time, I will hold this against you for a long time.
No, if this pod was yesterday, you'd be seeing different.
I'm really glad this pod wasn't
right now.
yesterday because I would have been so hot I would have had to walk out.
And I'll be honest, like when you're in your current spot where you don't know if you're pushing to go in or pulling off to rebuild, and you have multiple trades leveraged at any moment, that is a lot to try to just immediately be like, what just happened?
Yeah.
All at once.
I don't know. I think to distill this whole conversation down.
Yeah.
Dynasty etiquette.
Yeah.
Are you expected to let someone else know that they shouldn't trade or undermined your trade or beat your trade without sending that, hey, probably going to fuck you over here text message. Is that what is expected?
Also, should I send with that text message as in when I specifically asked you not to cheat on me, you cheated on me? Should I send a text message, hey, don't screw me over here? I thought that was obvious and implied given how close we are.
I genuinely think if you would have said like, hey, don't use this against me, but I'm going to share a trade, I would have been like, yeah, I can't. I think that sentence would have changed it for me.
If you agreed, if Miles sent that text and you agreed, this is a totally different conversation.
Oh yeah,
totally different
At
conversation.
points there were conversations about bro code. To me, then bro code has been evoked. It has been brought up. It has occurred, and then it's like, all right, this is fucking bro code now.
Yeah.
To me, I'm like, we are NFL GMs, and we will get fired if we do not win, and I'm trying to effing win.
Right. I was just hurt because I felt like your dynasty competitiveness came before our friendship.
Yeah. And I thought our friendships is built on our competitiveness. And I'm doing Miles right by trying to beat his ass right now.
I'm thinking I'm toughening him up.
Yeah. This is what real life is like, bucko.
Connor, would you agree that, given that I didn't say that it wasn't okay, that the proper course of action is to send me a text at least saying, hey, I'm sending this trade?
Honestly, just 100% honest.
Given that we are best friends.
Just 100% honest, I think that Matt necessarily wasn't fucked up in sending that trade. Everything that Matt operated on, don't think it's necessarily fucked up because there wasn't a precedent set. I do think you're just in being pissed off. I do think I would be like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well,
are you fucking kidding me?
Can I bring a new thing to Dynasty Court? And this is the one thing I actually do feel passionate about.
Yeah.
After all this trade goes down, the whole league has a chance to approve it or veto it. And Miles comes out with a passionate defense of why this trade is worth vetoing. He gives his case in front of the league court. And here I am thinking, this trade was way better for this guy than the trade he was about to accept himself.
It was 100%
maybe not way better. Way better wasn't it?
You thought it was better for him?
I thought it was so much better, dude.
I thought it could
He
be
doesn't
better.
need fourth round picks, dude. He doesn't need them at all.
But James Cook is a certified stud in his prime. Travion Henderson is a committee back.
But maybe
the
for
upside,
1 year.
The upside is so much
Like
better.
in
with
1 year from now,
Henderson.
Trayvon will be 24. James Cook will be 28.
Let me be candid here. I made that veto out of pure rage. Did that
I told you that too.
That's why I portrayed it to the group. I'm like, you guys can veto or not. I will have no opinion. Do what you think.
Did that trade deserve to be vetoed? I hate to admit it, but no. It didn't deserve to be vetoed. At the same time, Matt's course of action was morally unacceptable.
Fair.
And I think Connor came to the right conclusion. I would have felt, I honestly thought about it. Should I said, hey, don't use this against me? But I thought it was kind of fucking like dumb.
No.
Hey guys, don't use this against
That is so fair. That is fair. But that's just saying, like, I want to, there'll be times where I get the urge, like, I want to talk to someone about what I'm thinking in Dynasty. And I'll always be like, Matt, keep your eye on the fucking prize. Don't give away, you have one goal on your mind, and that's to win a fucking championship.
Yeah,
okay?
I got sentimental. I wanted to share with my friends something exciting.
But I get it because I have that urge. So if we can introduce some sort of like, hey, truce, bro code, then I would love that because there's so many times I'm having these fun thoughts.
So that's what it boils down to. Obviously, you can't be like, hey, I want to trade with this person just to make sure, like, bro code, just so you can't do it.
I'm bro coding all 11 people in the league.
I really love Jordan. I really love Jordan Tyson bro code.
Yeah. Bro code.
So like,
ooh, can't take him.
Stuff like that. And so I guess I gave my piece on, is Matt fucked up? No. Is Miles just to be pissed? Yes. Me personally, I'm like, I'm gonna tell you everything. I'm going to tell you everything my heart desires.
Yeah.
And that was my policy, too, until I got fucked.
No, if I'm going to look at Matt and I'm like, I know you're going to hurt me so bad with this. I know you're going to take my heart and shrivel it up into tiny pieces. I look at Miles and I'm like, you have so much potential to hurt me right now.
In that day, I've sent at least 3 texts to 3 different people about trading Travion Henderson.
Yeah. But here's what I'm saying. All you can do now is operate accordingly.
Yeah, and I know
reality is now real.
I know you're going to say this, and I agree with all of it. The thing that sucks, in order to learn this lesson, never trust Matt. with Dynasty stuff, never trust Matt. That's the lesson.
Kick your ass.
It sucks that if it would have been a second or a third round pick and it had been like some minor trade, that would be one thing.
It was a big trade.
This is going to be Jeremiah Smith, Arch Manning, Dante Moore, Ahmad Hardy, Mark Fletcher.
I genuinely think, like, I was thinking about this. Anthony won one of our redraft leagues once.
Yeah.
I genuinely think he could win a championship would be tough, but like if you look at he has 10 starters on his team, anything can happen.
Where would you set the over-under at where he finishes this year in position?
Over-under is probably because if you look at those charts, the charts put him lower but they're grading dynasty value. I really think his redraft value for 1 year is like 4.5, 5.5.
If Travion is a top 20 running back, I'd put it at 7.
You think Trayvon's going to be a top 20 running back this year with Ramondre there?
Bro, he had 11.2 fantasy points per game as a rookie.
You can't look at me and tell me that's a fucked up line. Like, 20 is 100%.
I'd be shocked. I think Ramondre's going to get the majority of the workload.
I mean, in that offense, unless something catastrophic.
He had like 5 touches a game in the playoff run.
All right, you betting the under?
But I think it depends. I think they might give Travion way more touches in year 2, and when they're not just like every game isn't peak winning opportunities.
I just don't think Vrabel likes him. I would set the over-under at 4.5, and I would take the under. If it was at 3.5, I would take the over, to be totally truthful with you.
Well, I mean, it's all hearsay because, I mean, this guy could end up doing some really serious things and get good capital with his draft picks that he acquired in this 2026 draft class, capitalize on everyone's I guess just negative thoughts towards these second rounders.
I mean, Travion Henderson, Chris Bell, and Malachi Fields. How can you turn that down?
Well, why would you draft those 3 imbeciles?
Because those are the fucking guys that are going where Matt's going to pick in the second round.
Consensus? You're going to listen to the consensus, man?
Puka Nacua was once drafted in the 4th round, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't even fuck with me right now. Do not even fuck with me right now.
He had 15 targets in his first game. Even if the trade is a positive trade, saying that it's vetoable is more of an offense than the trade itself, potentially. It was not a vetoable trade.
Matt, do not do this right now. You do not want to do this.
Okay, I'm just saying, we got some volume here. It was not a vetoable trade.
The veto thing, I totally give to you.
Okay.
Morally, I'll give that to you. Morally, different.
Yes. There are a lot of aspects that can be questions in this dynasty etiquette conversation that were posed post Matt getting this
butt
trade.
Fucking me. I kissed Matt in the lips. He turned me around and had sex with another woman.
And if you like dudes kissing each other on the lips, you should subscribe, send this podcast.
This is gonna have to be its own episode for sure. Wait, we need to record an intro for it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us here in the Dynasty Etiquette episode where Matt brutally butt-fucked me and screwed my entire season over. He has no morals. He doesn't give a fuck when it comes to Dynasty.
He needs to die.
I still love him. He's one of my best friends in the world. I will just hate him when it comes to this trade. And when next year comes around and he gets Jeremiah Smith, I will hold this anger for many years.
And who are you?
I'm Miles.
I'm Connor.
We never do this, but I guess I'm Matt.
This was the Football Frauds podcast. Dynasty Etiquette episode.
Wait, was that the intro or the outro?
That was the intro.
No, this is the outro. See you later. Bye.